All right, so this is part 2 to my first video. Welcome back. So I ended with the fact that I made the decision to get an abortion back in 2003. And I want to read a scripture because this is truth that will set you free. Jeremiah 1:5. So all of this stuff, guys, girls, I didn't know it. I was an atheist. I was an atheist for over 20 years. So I was just doing what was normal in the world. I was walking around blindly. I thought that what I was doing was right, even though there was part of me that knew it was wrong. But let me just continue on. So this is what Jeremiah 1:5 says. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. So that's God talking to us. He knew us before we were even formed in the womb. He had a plan and purpose for us. He has a plan and purpose. He had a plan and purpose for my baby. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Okay, so I went in on the day of, and I remember that day. It was a hard day. And just thinking back, I haven't thought about this in a long time. Like really sat and relived it. I briefly talk about it, but I didn't talk about it in depth to people. All right, so I went in, and I remember everything was so fast. They didn't try to get me to change my mind. They didn't try to make me have other options. They just were so willing to just get it over with. I was 12 weeks pregnant. So I went in. I remember the room was so empty. And I remember they just were trying to make me feel like everything was okay. And it wasn't like they were being so kind. They were just going through a routine. And when I really think about it, I felt like cattle going through a line. I was just another cattle getting ready for slaughter. That's what it literally felt like. Anyways, so I'm there. And I remember the woman. And I pray for her. She kept on telling me that it's not a baby. It's just a blob of flesh. Basically, they were saying it's just some flesh. It's just a hunk of flesh. And I was listening. I'm like, oh, she's trying to make me feel better. But she kept on saying it. And I'm like, why does she keep on repeating that? It was actually starting to like make it worse. I don't remember exactly the details from that point, but I remember it was like this vacuum thing. And I fell asleep. And I woke up. And I felt so empty. And angry. Because I was angry at the people that were almost kind of forcing me to do it. But I was angry at myself because I went against my own beliefs. Even as an atheist, I knew it was wrong. And I remember when I left there, they gave me some discharge paper telling me. But I don't feel like they explained to me the dangers fully about what could happen if things went wrong, if they sucked too much of my insides, because they don't tell you that stuff They're just all these, I'm sorry, women, but all these, my body is my own. If you care about your body, these abortions, they can destroy your body. Thankfully, the damage wasn't done on the physical insides of my body, but it was done to my soul. Something that the Lord later would mend. So, sorry. Life went on, but I still felt a hole and shame. And I was still against abortion, even though I had one. A year later, I get pregnant again. I'm still not a believer. I'm still against abortion. I don't know what that is. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's my mascara on my glasses. I'm still against it. And I'm still gullible and stupid. I'll just say it that way. And young. So people, again, because I had gone numb and just went on with life after the first one, convinced me that I should do it again. I know, listen to me. I was so against it, and then they were trying to convince me again. Different location. The first one was in Oregon. I'll just say Oregon. The next one was in Minnesota. So I get there to go make an appointment. Listen, guys. And, like I said, I was 12 weeks in the last one, and they told me that it wasn't a baby. It was just a blob of flesh. This time I was further along. And I called and they said, yeah, we'll set up an appointment. See? It doesn't matter to them. They don't understand. You know what? I pray for the people that work for those places, because I feel like they're deceived. They think that they're doing something good for a woman that they don't even consider the woman, the little woman that doesn't have a voice, that they might be ripping out of that person's body. Her body matters too. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on going. And so I get to the drive to go park, and there's this, I think she was Hispanic, but bless her heart, she was there, and she threw a pamphlet in my window, and I smiled and I was like, thank you. Honestly, people, I thought that it was like Cub coupons and just like a coupon book or something, because it was it had a little thickness to it. And so I get upstairs and I make my appointment. But this time when I went in there, I looked around even in more depth. There were young girls, women. They were playing on their phones, or they were playing on something, had their nails done, their hair did. Like, they didn't even care. It was just a routine. Let's get this thing out of me and so I can move on with my life. And I'm gonna say that is the majority of the abortions are people. I'm just gonna say that care about their own self-image, like their body getting messed up, or they're not with the guy anymore, so they just want to get rid of it. Or I get it, but that's the majority of the girls, the women going in there, or somebody, you know, that they've done multiple. This is just something that they do because honestly, our bodies are our own, and we should take care of our bodies and prevent pregnancy in the first place. Prevention is the key. But I'm going to go on because again, 10 minutes. And I'll say, I looked around and I made my appointment. And I'm going to end the video at that. I made my appointment against my own will again, against my right judgments. I still did it because the voice of others was louder than my own inner voice. And so yeah, I'm going to end the video at that. I did make the appointment. And I will see you on the next vlog.